CMV. Police officers who retaliate against people simply recording their interactions in public should be removed from duty until they can demonstrate a reasonable understanding of constitutional rights. I'm going to argue that, until they can demonstrate a reasonable understanding of constitutional rights, they're not so stupid as to think filming them is a crime and that they have the authority to intervene on those grounds. They don't misunderstand constitutional rights, they just don't care. Many of them can already demonstrate knowledge of constitutional rights and they still do this. If your behavior in life or death situations can't withstand public scrutiny, then find another job. Removed. Removed. What kind of things are you talking about when you say clear retaliation? American police are counting on Americans not knowing their rights. Those cops know that citizens have the right to record in public. They just don't give a shit, because they know their superiors, and 99.9% of judges won't give a shit. Cops murder unarmed people all year round, while wearing body cams, and rarely get punished for it. American police are trained like a paramilitary force, and taught to view fellow citizens as the enemy. That's the American way. To be honest, Constitution is incredibly vague and open to interpretations in many respects. I think that legislature should do a much better job at tailoring local ordinances and laws to be as specific as possible, and of course in adherence to the Constitution. It shouldn't be up to the cop to determine what is constitutional or not. A lot of the times people recording are getting in the way. It may not look like it, but when the person recording is making it harder for the police to do their job, then the police have to do SMTH. OFC, there's corrupt cops, but a lot of the time it's because they're making everyone's life harder. And people who record police should legally be required to show the whole, unedited video instead of just the parts where the police have to use force to restrain the violent, resisting criminals. Should this apply to all jobs? If you are a bank teller, customer service rep, busy cashier, teacher, can I walk up and put a camera in your face while you work and potentially harass or distract you from your job? Fireman, military, doctor performing surgery, 911 operator? Delete it. Delete it. Why do you want your view changed? They shouldn't be allowed back at all. There's too much leeway for cops. Plus, are you convinced this understanding would be demonstrated in a reasonable and trustworthy way? Or will it just be other cops judging it like it always is? Disagree. They should be removed from duty permanently. They don't have the temperament or maturity to be a police officer. Retaliating against someone who's recording you or swears at you is behavior I'd expect from a 12-year-old boy, not someone with legal authority and a gun. Or how about just remove period? Absolutely right. That's actually a great opinion. I'm not going to try and change that. However, I will add that these people should actually be removed from law enforcement altogether. There is no room for piece of shit police officers anymore. Are we talking about their interactions with people they pull over, or are you talking about people just randomly recording officers doing just normal stuff like at a gas station? Because if it's the latter, they are still private citizens. Greater than until they can demonstrate a reasonable understanding of constitutional rights. There's no reason to believe that officers who break the law this way fail to understand it. Like any of the other laws they break, they believe the law does not apply to them and so simply don't care about it. How about they get charged with a crime instead? Laws work both ways. Cops like this are dangerous and deserve to be fired. Thank you for this post. No forgiveness, remove them and fire them, then charge them with something. For police officers who retaliate to being recorded by arresting the person should be fired and charged with assault and attempted kidnapping. If a random person tied you up and stuffed you in their car for recording them, I'm pretty sure that's assault and attempted kidnapping. I agree, but people should not be able to go up and harass for no reason either, and I understand why it would be extremely irritating. Police duties require much more than understanding of constitutional rights. To remove their badge or ban them for this may be seen as over-retaliation. So define retaliation? If you get pulled over for speeding and have an argument over recording the officer and you still get a speeding ticket, that's not retaliation. There is no constitutional right to record public officials. Or made fiscally responsible for their crimes. And also jail. My guy, we're still trying to get them held accountable for shooting people in the back. Nothing says we can concentrate on two impossible things though. I quite like a challenge. In Spain it's illegal to video record police. It's due to a resurgence in fascism, but it's legal.